chapter 14, Halacha Hey. Shabbos of Yom Tov, on Shabbos and Yom Tov, Einomer Mizmor L'Soida. We have a paragraph that we say Mizmor L'Soida. We do not say it on Shabbos and on Yom Tov. Nesha Carbon Toida Ba Ben Adava, because the carbon Toida, the carbon that it's referring to, Mizmor L'Soida for the Toida, that is not. It's brought for only as a voluntary, as a gift. If you can't bring voluntary sacrifices in the base of Mikdash and Shabbos and Yom Tov, therefore we don't say the prayer for that. The same thing you don't say Mizmor L'Soida on the Chol Hamoed Pesach, because you don't bring the carbon taita to that on that time during Chol Hamoed Pesach. Because you also brought 10 loaves of chametz bread. It comes with 40, a whole bunch of loaves, and 10 of them are supposed to be chametz. So the chametz you can't bring on Pesach, so therefore Chol Hamoed Pesach, when you normally think it's not Yom Tov, so maybe you think you'd say that prayer, you don't say it then. Ki Shema V'loy be'erev Pesach, and not even on Erev Pesach, which is also, it's not Yom Tov, it's not Chol Hamoed, so it's not Pesach yet. Why? Ki Shema lo yuchlu la'ochlam, because maybe you would not be able to eat them and finish them, ad zman isur chametz, until the time that beginning of that's prohibited to eat chametz, v'yitztarchu l'sarfim, and then you're going to have to burn them. So, therefore, again, we don't say it Erev Pesach because we're afraid you wouldn't finish the chametz, therefore you didn't bring it. V'loy be'erev Yom Kippurim, and same thing, not Erev Yom Kippur. No problem of chametz, no problem of, Yom Tov. But still, you don't say it Erev Yom Kippur either. It wasn't brought Erev Yom Kippur. The carbon taina because there's a smaller amount of time to eat those bread, all the food, all the bread. Maybe cautionably day psul, because you can't eat it on Yom Kippur. Can't eat, so it's a shorter amount of time. Since you guys will see in Eretz Yisrael, the Yom Kippur begins. It feels like really early. It begins like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Oh yeah.
When is it over?
It's over. You're done. You're eating at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the evening. The next day, you're eating. Yeah. In America, you won't eat before at least.
They change the clock.
It says that. Also, the sun sets there earlier. It gets dark, and it happens quick. Shkia there is very quick. But here it takes a long time till there's like no more sun. There, it just goes. Whoosh, 20 minutes, it's dark. From the time it's day till it's dark, it takes 20 minutes. Very fast. The sun drops. It's because where Israel is situated in the globe, you'll see how it works scientifically.
It's really the same amount of time now, right?
No, it isn't. Next, bim icher milovai. It just certain things happen quicker.
So
Because the way it's positioned in the globe, the thing passes
Yom Kippur's
faster.
not 24 hours then.
Well, yeah, of course it's 24 hours, but that piece of time, 24 hours, everything is still 24 hours. But as far as the time of the setting of the sun, that's why when people say daven Ne'ilah is very, very quick davening. Most places, it takes a long time, the sun is still setting, you know what I mean?
It takes a while.
There, Ne'ilah is zippity quick, because you start Ne'ilah like when it's day, and then it happens so fast, and it's time for Ma'ariv. So it just, anyway, so basically because of that, we do not have, they don't bring a carbon taita Erev Yom Kippur, because it would be less time to be able to eat all the breads. Now, im icher, now, halacha vav, im icher milav lebeis knesses, if let's say you came late to daven, al acher sheschilas tzibur l'spal, and you came at the time when the tzibur had already started to daven. Vim yispal kaseder, and if you daven in the normal order, you will not be able to daven Shemay Nesrei at the same time as them. And the main thing, that is the main part of davening. That's the climax. That's the main part. It's to daven Shemay Nesrei with the tzibur with 10 people. So people who come to shul and they're going to daven on their own, and they missed davening Shmoneh Esrei b'tzibor, missed the show. They missed the boat. Okay? The main thing is to daven on time with the tzibor. Start with them.
If
Shmoneh Esrei.
if I come, let's say I come.
I'm not going to talk about you. Therefore, al kain yachal ladale kasher yisbaret. So now we're going to explain how you're allowed to skip. Skipping davening. Not exactly skipping davening, in order to catch up. However, berachas, the bracha of al netilas yadayim, uberachas HaTorah, and all the brachas of asher. First of all, lasaik b'divrei Torah, v'harevna, and then lasaik b'divrei Torah. Asher b'chabon we call him, and as long as the bracha of neisin HaTorah. Uberachas Elikai Neshama, and Elikai Neshama is right? Neshama is not to be Torah. Machazir Neshama is Lifkarim Mesim. That bracha. La'olam Sarach Loimer Koidam Tvila. Those you have to say. So even if you come late, that for sure you have to say. Because if you do not say them, when you start saying parts of davening, you won't be able to say them again. Okay? Now, Al Kain, therefore, Mloi Omrim Avesai, let's say you didn't say those brachas before you came to shul, you didn't say them in your house. Some people say them when they get up in the morning. They say Al Netilas Yadayim, Asher Yatar, Berachas HaTorah. That's what I usually do. Okay, so if you didn't say them in the house, you have to say them when you get to shul. Even if as a result you're going to come and you can be behind even more in davening because they're already starting, you say those. V'gam kriya shema im abrachos b'shachris tzorach loymar davka koinem Shmoneh Esrei. And the same thing, the brachos of kriya shema, starting from Yaitza Or Vay Chayshech Chaysa Shalom Reyes Hakoil all the way through the bracha, the rest of Shema. That you have to say for sure also. Tzorach loymar that for sure before Shmoneh Esrei. The Hainu, meaning if you show up to shul and they're up to Shmoneh Esrei, you still have to say Shema. But the Hainu sheyaschol berchas Yaitzer Or v'yispal kaseder, and you say Yaitzer Or and the rest of it in the normal order. Ad acher Shmoneh Esrei until the end of Shmoneh Esrei. V'li shom hefsek without any kind of break or interruption. In order today lahas megula l'tfila, in order to make that geula go'al Yisrael is right by Shmoneh Esrei. Avoshar habrachas, but the other brachas of that we say, paikach yirim malbisham rumim, but all those brachas, v'chol say the Pesukei Dezimra and all brachas, even the Pesukei Dezimra of, all of we should say everything of Pesukei Dezimra except for believe berachas Baruch Shomer Yishtabach. Besides Baruch Shomer Yishtabach, yochel amru gal lachat tefillah. You can say it afterwards. So really, what you should do is ulachein. Okay, so he's going to now explain what should you do over here if you're going to come late. Okay? So, therefore, if you came, you mentioned those three brachas that we said, Al Netilas Yadayim, Berachas HaTorah, Elikai Neshama, you said those things already. And v'tiach talis tefillin. Now you have your talis and tefillin on. Im hu roya ki ein lo yizman, you're not going to have enough time. You're not going to have enough time to get up to Shmoneh Esrei to say it with everybody else. Ella kishiyadalik, unless you skip v'yaschil berachas Yaitzer Or, and you just jump right into after Baruch Hu, meaning you just jump to Yaitzer Or. Azai yaschil sham, to then just skip to there. Skip to Yaitzer Or. Yaitzer Or ubarich chayshech chaysa shal. That's it. You say Elikai Neshama, you said Netilas Yadayim, and then jump right to after Baruch Hu. Vim yesh leizman, let's say you have a little bit more time. Loimer gam Baruch she'amar utihilu l'David ad Salfer. Then maybe if you say Baruch she'amar and then Ashrei, right, until Shem Kadshay Li'olam V'Ev Anach Nevarach, right, you say that, and also the Yeshabach. So say Baruch she'amar, Ashrei, Yeshabach. If you have a little bit more time. Yesh leizman yoser. Let's say you have a little bit more time. You could say more than those three. Yomer gam halaluka halukel b'kodshay ad kol haneshama ta'ala. Then say the last halaluka. Okay, just say the last halaluka if you have a little bit more time. Yesh leizman yoser. Let's say you have a little bit more time. You could say Baruch Shomar Ashrei the last Haluka and Yishtabach, you have a little bit more time. Yom Gam Haluka Halu Hashem Min Hashemayim. Say the one another Haluka. Yesh Lei Oidzman Yom Gam Shar Haluka. Then say all the rest of Halukas. Yesh Lei Oidzman, if you have more time. Yom Gam Vayivarach David. Say the prayer of Vayivarach David. That prayer Ad L'Shem Tevartecha. Im Yesh Lei Oidzman Yoser Yom Gam Hoidu. Then say Hoidu till V'Hurachim. Vidale Gad V'Hurach, then skip from there. Shekoyim Ashrei V'Sham Yasku. V'Hamiz Moirim, then you'll just skip up to Ashrei. V'Hamiz Moirim Shemoisif and B'Shabbos, meaning you could skip, Mizmor Seder. Now the Mizmoirim that you say on Shabbos and Yom Tiv, let's say you come, it's talking about Shabbos, and you come late. Im Ein Loizman Loimram, if you don't have enough time to say them, as I call them Mizmoirim, V'Apsukim Shemoirim Oisik B'Chol Yoim, Lahem Kedima. Then skip the Shabbos ones and just do the weekday ones. If you don't have enough time to catch up, where you're going to be able to Shemay Nesra. On Shabbos. If you come late on Shabbos, it happens.
Why skip the weekday ones?
Skip the Shabbos ones and only do the weekday ones.
Why skip the Shabbos ones?
Because
the Shabbos ones and skip the weekday.
You're asking questions. You're not allowed to ask questions. No. The answer is because what always takes precedence is the ones that we do all the time. Regular takes precedence to something that is not regular. Tadir, v'she'ena tadir, tadir kain. Okay? In fact, they tell over the joke. If you have there's different, whatever. We'll skip that one. Now, im yesh lo'izman, if you have a little bit more time, loymar gam k'tas me'elu even if you have enough time to add some Shabbos stuff, Shabbos mizmayrim, nearly, it appears to me, says the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, de b'Shabbos of Yom Kippurim, mizmor shir liyom HaShabbos, then v'halal haggadah, which we say Hoidul Hashem ki tov and so forth, right? We call that, halal haggadah. Lahem kedima. So if you're going to add something on Shabbos, add mizmor shir liyom HaShabbos, which is in the middle of that daven, the Pesukei Dezimra.
Why should we add that?
Because that's special. Because that's because Pesukei Dezimra is a special. That's true, but Pesukei Dezimra is a special. You want to say things getting you ready for Shemoneh Esrei. It's getting you ready for Shemoneh Esrei. That's Pesukim of Zimra, and the Zimra that we're saying is special Zimra for Shabbos. That's why. Okay. Now, if you go through, you learn what that tefillah is about. It's a special theme, which represents the whole week long, and then we make a special. You have to understand the translation of the words, but if you go through and you understand it, it's a special prayer. It doesn't mention Shabbos anywhere in it. So that's why you have to see what is the whole, what is that tefillah so unique. Okay. Now, in rest B'shar Yom Tov, and the rest of Yom Tov, Lahal Hagodol Levad Kedima. Just the most important thing is Hal Hagodol. Ba'achar Kacha Mizmor Lamratzeach L'David B'Shanoisai Tefillah L'Moshe. Then you add those. But the most important one is, as he brings, Hoidul Hashem Ki Tov, and so forth. Okay? Now, V'chol Elu HaMizmoirim V'HaPsukim, and all these extra these verses and psukim yomim kaidim yishtabach should be said before yishtabach ulachik mar tefillah. After you finish davening, you finish Shemoneh Esrei. Yashem kol ma shedileg. Really, you should go back and say over everything. Whatever you skipped, go back and say. So whatever you skipped, you should, and afterwards, after davening, go back and say them. Now, some people say, you're mixing up. We might mention this, that you're going to start mixing things up in Shemayim, all the tefillas. So they say things straight anyway. But he brings down, skip it. The main thing is to say Shema, Shemoneh Esrei B'tzibor, and you'll go back and you'll say the other seven. Let's say the guy realizes he is so late that he came there and they're in Shema. And if he says anything, forget about even jumping into Berachas Kriya Shema, he's going to miss the whole show, saying he's going to miss Shemoneh Esrei B'tzibor, Elim Kein Yemaher, unless you rush, Toiv La Yoiser, then Lispal Fnei Atzmai, Keseder, Uva Messinos, V'Kavana. Then, instead of rushing, it's better to do it properly.